Hey, what's going on, guys? It is TemperAlliance, and today in this video I want to talk about the Advanced Warfare Future Tech. Now, this information came out a few days ago, but I never got a chance to go through it because I had a lot of stuff to do with school, as I said before my last video. Before I kick this off, I just want to say thank you so much for 50 subscribers. I know it's not really much, like 50 subscribers, when everyone else has like hundreds and thousands and millions of subscribers, but for me it's absolutely unbelievable, and I actually can't thank you guys enough. For a guy that has been on this channel for a year doing gaming videos, I think 50 subscribers is absolutely unbelievable. So I'd like to thank you guys for that. And I haven't really been thanking you guys much, so I'd like to say thank you guys for 50 subscribers. It really does mean a lot to me, so thank you. So with that said, let's get on with the information. So there's about 4 to 5 information about the game, and some of them we've kind of already known about. But I'm just going to go through one by one and just read out the information here, and that's on the website. So the first one that we're going to go through is the hoverbike, and the hoverbike is one of Advanced Warfare's most futuristic vehicles. Sledgehammer referenced real-life vehicles like motorcycles and snowmobiles for a grounded design starting point. The windshield is composed of smart glass, allowing the UI to meld with others in the game. The angular armor, designed to deflect enemy fire, shifts with the bike as it moves. Players ride the advanced one-man bikes through the flooded streets of Detroit, fleeing from enemy forces at high speed. So we've already seen this from the trailer, but it actually looked unbelievable. So it's kind of like it's kind of like a high-tech bike. It's pretty much all in one. So with the design and everything, it can hover, it can move fast, it can go side to side, it can shoot. It's pretty much an all-in-one motorcycle, and I think it's going to be used a lot in like war and all stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. The next one is actually quite interesting to me, and it's called the 3D printer rifle. Now, Sledgehammer is tapping into relevant modern 3D printer technology for this weapon inspiration, looking forward to the future to see what might be possible on the battlefield. Players load in a canister of liquid matter and rack it by pulling back on the bolt. When securely hosed, the internal computer begins printing ammunition on the spot. Players can see the number of bullets created as the digital ammo counter increases. Sledgehammer is still tinkering with the fire rate and power of the 3D printer rifle, but it should dramatically reduce reload time. So this is something that we never ever seen before, and they're really putting their heads into it on what the future might be like. So the old-fashioned way, taking one magazine out and putting in a new one and you're reloaded, but it does take some time depending what the weapon is. If it's a heavy weapon, it's going to take you like a half hour. If it's just an assault rifle, it'll take up to 5 to 10 seconds. But with this gun, it'll just do it for you while you're shooting. So it'll like already print bullets for you, so there's no more ammunition. It's just pretty much liquid that will form itself into bullets that you can use. I'm not sure if it's going to be real bullets or just they're going to be bullets enough to like be able to kill people, obviously, but we don't know if it's going to be real bullets like like how people make them, or is it just going to be the plastic one that's good enough just to shoot people. Like, we don't really know. To be honest, I don't really know what I'm saying, to be completely honest, but it makes bullets, which is honestly cool, and we never ever seen before. So this is probably my favorite part out of all the information that was on this website, and it's absolutely unbelievable. I can't wait for more. I don't think it's going to be showing itself on the multiplayer. I'm not really sure. All this information is for single player only, so I'm not really sure if it's going to make its way over the multiplayer. But if it ever does, then it's going to be great. It won't really make too much new stuff into the Call of Duty multiplayer for this game. So if it does, it might be cool. So it might help us out a little bit on the battlefield. But other than that, it's a really good weapon, and I'm actually glad to see something like that, which is really cool. And the next one is a plasma powered rifle. So referring DARPA, which stands for Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, Experiments and Public Military Prototypes. This plasma rifle is among the more futuristic weapons we saw during our trip to Sledgehammer games. While we didn't see the portable rifle in action, other large energy weapons are on display in Advanced Warfare's campaign. In the sequence leading to the attack on the Golden Gate Bridge, players drive a high-tech SUV equipped with a turret that fires blue blasts, devastating other enemy vehicles. This smaller plasma rifle should be similar effective against foot soldiers. So this is going to be pretty much the exact same thing as the 3D printer rifle, but except it's kind of like attached to an SUV, which is like a vehicle. So it's gonna be like attached to a vehicle that shoots out blue plasma stuff. So I'm not really sure how it's gonna work out. I'm not really sure what it is, to be completely honest. But apparently it's supposed to be deadly, and it's supposed to be very effective against foot soldiers. So it's kind of like a similarity about that with the plasma rifle. So I'm not really sure too much about this, but it looks cool. So it's actually great to see more stuff into this. This one we pretty much already talked about in past videos, but might as well go through it again since there's a description about it. So the next one is Exosuit, and the Exo is the mechanical backbone of Advanced Warfare's journey into the year 2054. In Sledgehammer's universe, the Exo began as a clunky mechanical suit that became more elegant as technology and design evolved. Modern day Exosuit prototypes are bulky and require heavy batteries to operate, but these strength and agility augmenting suits become more sleek and versatile in Advanced Warfare's future. The Exo allows players to jump higher, run faster, lift heavy objects, and more. Players can even punch through doors to imitate the dramatic slow-motion breach sequence from previous Call of Duty games. Certain characters can also enter mechanical suits with moving plates of heavy armor that quickly protect them, pretty much shown in this image here. So like I said, we've already talked about it, so not really much to say other than you're pretty much like a superhuman. Without it, you're pretty much a normal soldier. So we're going to see this on most of the soldiers in the campaign. So everyone's going to be like Superman. So you know, you can jump higher, you can climb up walls, move faster, punch stuff to open doors. Like I said in my last video, you don't really need the old-fashioned C4s. You can just punch your way in. You know, so you're pretty much going to be superhuman. So not really much to talk about other than very exciting. I don't think it's going to be introduced to the multiplayer because you're just too powerful, and it wouldn't really be a Call of Duty game if it was ever reduced into the multiplayer. So it's great to see some news, but it's not really much to talk about. So let's move on. So the next one is tanks and aircraft. Cutting edge military vehicle design incorporates an array of sharper angles. Consider modern military vehicles with angles on the underside, which makes them better able to weather blasts from bombs or mines. Like the hover bike, these angles help vehicles withstand explosions and projectiles more effectively than a boxy design. Sledgehammer predicts the function of military vehicles like MRAPs, mine resistant, ambush protected, that's what it stands for. Tanks and helicopters won't change in the future, but the form will continue to change. For example, the aircraft carrier in Advanced Warfare is still recognizable, but Sledgehammer envisions a future where all flying vehicles have vertical takeoff, which eliminates the need for a runway. With that in mind, Advanced Warfare's aircraft carrier is littered with platforms and rise up from inside the ship, allowing planes and helicopters to be reloaded. So pretty much this is kind of like a halo effect. We've already seen this in the trailer, but we've never really understood it. So pretty much there's going to be a heavy design military aircraft, and you know, it's not going to take off like a ship or something like that. What do you call those? An aircraft or something like that, you know. So it's kind of like a halo type of effect. You can just lift up from the ground without even needing you know, a super fast takeoff. So there's no need for runways or anything like that. So pretty much what I'm guessing is in the campaign or something like that, you know, there's like it can protect you from heavy gunfire. So it's pretty much a safe place to go into when going in. So Sledgehammer is really thinking into the future here. They're pretty much getting all of their you know, minds together and putting in this awesome game, which is also, you know, this is actually interesting to see, because, you know, it's actually great to see all these new stuff into it instead of, you know, old-fashioned stuff, because that's, let's face it, it's getting boring. But you know, it's great to see all these stuff. But other than that, that is pretty much all the information. Not much, but it was great to talk through them as well. But you know, a lot of great information about it. They've actually really got, you know, a load of information to tell us. But for some of them, we've already known, and for some of them we didn't, which was actually quite interesting, like the 3D printer rifle, which in my own opinion was pretty much the best information. Yeah, so that's actually pretty much it. I don't really think most of these are going to be placed in the multiplayer. I think the 3D printer rifle might, but I'm not really sure. But anyway, guys, that is pretty much it from me. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, if you did, give this video a like. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Once again, Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.